Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your literacy video. Today's literacy video is for Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. Today's an exciting day because we will be writing our informational paragraphs together. Before we get into that, let's do some Lexia shoutouts for today. So I'm going to share my screen with the Lexia PowerPoint. Our first one is for Jordan and DePaul. Say, way to go, Jordan. And our next one is for Faith and UC. Say, way to go, Faith. Nice job. Let's do a Ballin' on Fire cheer into Jordan and Faith on 2. Ballin' on Fire's up. That was a little too slow. I need to see you a little bit better. There we go. Ballin' on Fire's up. 1, 2. Ballin', ballin'. On fire, Faith and Jordan, nice job. Okay, now it is time to get in the right headspace to write our informational paragraphs. Now think back all the way to DePaul, think back all the way to UC. Do you remember when we'd be taking a test or we'd be doing something really juicy with our brains, and Miss Cherney and Miss Rossi and Miss Javity and Miss Marsh, we'd put on some calming music, we'd take some deep breaths, we'd maybe put on some very special scents on our in our classroom when we put in maybe some peppermint or maybe some lavender. So think back to those times, and we are gonna practice doing that together by taking 3 deep breaths. You can choose any of our deep breathing exercises that you like. You can pick your favorite one. You can pick a new one. You can pick basketball breathing. You can pick balloon breathing. You can do a yoga breathing. Either way is fine with me. So choose your first one. We're gonna take a deep breath together. I'm gonna count for us. Take a deep breath in. And out. Second one in and out. Last one, we're gonna hold it at the top. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice job. Okay, now we should be a little more centered and ready to write our informational paragraphs today. While our brain is still comfy and cozy and ready to write, let's think about our goal. Now, our goal for today is to answer this question. How did Jane Goodall make discoveries about animals? Now, in DePaul and in UC, we always read the question 2 times. How many times? Yes, 2 times. So let's read the question together, starting with the word how on 2. 1, 2. How did Jane Goodall make discoveries, say discoveries, about animals? Excellent. So we're focused on this key word, how. The word how tells us that we're thinking about some of Jane's actions. What did Jane do to help her make discoveries about animals? You might remember writing some of these things down yesterday on your graphic organizer. Remember, it looked like this. Yours is probably all nice and filled out, just like mine that we are going to look at in just a second. Okay, so now that we know our goal and the question that we're trying to answer, let's think about some of the things that we need to include in our paragraphs. We need to make sure we have a topic statement. We need to make sure we have 2 or more details. That means not 1, maybe 2 details, probably 3 details that support how Jane made discoveries. Last, we need a conclusion, and we need to make sure that our complete sentences begin with a capital letter and end with a punctuation mark. We've practiced punctuation marks in the past. Remember, periods, exclamation points, and question marks. So think about this topic sandwich. At the top, you have your hamburger bun. Maybe you went to Burger King and it's got some sesame seeds on the top. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it doesn't have sesame seeds. Either way, it's a topic statement and it's going to introduce the topic of your informational paragraph. It's also going to restate this question. Alert, alert, alert. Let me say that one more time. It's going to restate or say again this question. We're going to come back to that in just a minute. Then you have your juicy details. This is your 2 or 3 details that you're going to include, like your hamburger, your ketchup, your mustard, your lettuce, tomato, onions, cheese, whatever you want to add, all those nice details. And last, you have a conclusion. This is going to end your paragraph. It might say something similar to the topic statement, and it's going to be like your bun at the very bottom of your hamburger sandwich. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You might think about taking out your graphic organizer evidence chart right now because it's really going to help you. And then as we start answering the questions, I'm going to go through all of these details with you. I'm going to help you write your topic sentence. We're going to help you come up with details. And then we're going to help you finish with your conclusion. So before you start writing, I want to make sure that you know exactly what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to help you and I'm going to show you what I would write. Now, if you have the printed packet, you would be writing all of your details, topic sentence, and conclusion here. You would put it on these lines and then you would draw a picture here. If you don't have the packet printed, that's a-okay. I'm actually going to show you how I did this all by myself without the printed packet. So let me stop sharing my screen here and start showing you how I'm putting it all together. Now, the very first thing you need for your for your hamburger informational paragraph is a topic statement. Now, I gave you a sentence frame in your packet, and the sentence frame says, Jane Goodall blank about animals. Now, I have what I wrote very lightly written in there in the blank. I'm going to make that bigger as you think about what you might want to write there. Jane Goodall blank about animals. Remember how I said this topic statement restates the question that we're supposed to answer? Remember, the question that we're answering is, how did Jane Goodall make discoveries about animals? So what I put in my blank was, Jane Goodall made discoveries about animals. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to trace it so it gets a little bit darker so that you can see it. Jane Goodall made discoveries about animals. You can write that. You can write what else you think is good, but this helps us restate the question and is a really good way to start our informational paragraph. You can pause the video now if you would like more time. Right now, though, I'm going to move on to our details part of our informational paragraph. Yesterday, you put together a lovely chart. It might look like this. It might be printed in your packet, and that's okay too. We were answering questions like, what did Jane discover about animals, and how did Jane discover the information? And you wrote down all of your facts about the animals here, and then you wrote down how she made those discoveries here. Remember, our question that we're answering is how. That's the one I circled in red at the beginning of this video. And so the answers to that question are all going to be right here in our graphic organizer. How did she make discoveries? Well, she watched, she studied and read books, and she observed and was still. Now we can still include information from this side of the chart. We can say that she watched birds making their nests, that she watched squirrels running up and down trees. We can say that she studied and read books about plants and animals in her backyard, that she observed and was still while she watched a chicken lay an egg. So you can say any combination of these things that helps us show how Jane made discoveries about animals. If you would like, pause the video now so that you can go ahead and jot those down in your informational paragraph. You can also keep watching the video and then write your informational paragraph all at once. Either way is fine with me. Whatever helps you get down the information, best is best. Nice. Remember, you cannot just say one thing. You need to choose 2 or 3 things to write down. The last thing that you will need is your conclusion. Now, I wrote you a conclusion sentence frame in your packet. It looks like this. Jane Goodall liked to learn about blank. In this blank, I wrote this really faintly, so you can write whatever you think she liked to learn about. She likes to learn about birds and chickens. She likes to learn about squirrels and birds and monkeys. Anything else that you think that she likes to learn about, you can write down. I liked the idea that she likes to learn about new animals. That means animals that she didn't know before because she was making discoveries about them. So then my sentence frame would look like this. Jane Goodall likes to learn about new animals. So now I have the top part of my hamburger, I've got the bottom part of my hamburger, and my juicy details in the middle. So I'm going to put those all together into one informational paragraph. I'm going to show you right now. Jane Goodall made discoveries about animals. Now we have Jane read books. Jane watched animals. She even drew pictures. So you can include details about the animals she read about and drew about, or you can include something like what I did. Last, we have that Jane Goodall likes to learn about new animals. So this is my informational paragraph that I wrote right here. I didn't include a space for me to draw a picture, but you can draw whatever picture you want, as long as it explains some of the things that she made discoveries about or how she made discoveries. And with that, you are done, my friends. You have written an informational paragraph. If you need to go and do that right now and jot those ideas down, go ahead and start doing that. Please send your teachers a picture of your informational paragraph once it's written and illustrated, so that they can send them to me and that I can give shout outs in our next couple of videos for my favorite informational paragraphs. Please go ahead and start writing now. Great job, keep up the good work, and I will meet you back here for your last video of the week tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day and best of luck writing.